Hello, this is my 5th time trying to film this. Hello, my name is Min, and today we'll be talking about if a psychology major is worth it in 2021. Long story short, yes and no. There are way more factors you need to consider before pursuing this degree. I'm not gonna lie, you need to have a plan in advance in order to make your major worth it. Job prospects are very minimal with just a bachelor's in psychology, and most of the time you need to pursue secondary education, so either get a master's in psychology or go for a PhD. Are you taking out student loans for this bachelor's degree? Because you have to realize if you take out loans for your undergrad, you're probably gonna need to take out loans for your master's. I know a PhD pays, but usually it's barely enough to cover the necessities, and you might need to cover housing. So once you're done with your undergrad and master's, you're looking around $100,000 worth of student loans. For myself, luckily I was able to get my college expenses all covered by scholarships, which made pursuing a psychology major viable. Your miles may vary. I personally wouldn't have majored in psychology if I didn't get the scholarships. I don't think burdening yourself early on with $100,000 worth of student loans is the way to go. Psychology majors get such a bad rep within colleges nowadays when you're trying to compete with STEM and business majors. A lot of students choose the major of psychology because they're lost and they think it's cool. I don't think that's a very good foundation to go off of. I think you should pursue it if you have a long-term plan and are willing to take on the risks. So the drawbacks of psychology, I have to list them here. There's a reason why a lot of people don't choose them, or people give them crap. My issue with just pursuing your degree and just getting good grades, that alone won't get you a good job. In psychology, you're not really taught like a tangible skill set that can be immediately applied. What I mean by this, when you're coding, you can actually apply that, right? You can code and make programs and websites. Same thing with accounting, balance Excel spreadsheets and do a cost-benefit analysis. Well, with psychology, you don't really have this to market yourself. I mean, you can say you can speak effectively. You're going to have to do extra work outside of school. I would say pick up internships and interests outside of your major and continually explore, because you need to build up that resume with outside experience to market yourself. I truly believe psychology must be supplemental to your education, and you have to go above and beyond. Unlike other majors, I think if you do well in software engineering, that can kind of explain itself because you can code very, very well. But with psychology, if you get really good grades, you just know how to study well and memorize things. But applying psychology in an undergrad, even though I went to a school where they pride and learn by doing, you can't really do that. Due to liability, we can't have undergrads pretending to be therapists. Yeah, you can see the dangers there. The unemployed barista myth. Yes, a lot of psychology majors after college are unemployed or are a barista. It's very difficult to find a high-paying job with a psychology major alone. Luckily, I'm not a barista, I'm a consultant, and I'm very lucky to do this, but I'll get into that later. So now with the negatives out of the way, we have to talk about the positives. It does make you stand out when you're applying to jobs. They're like, whoa, psychology major. It's different from all the business majors and cookie cutter applicants. One thing I'm not gonna lie is my psychology major taught me how to communicate very effectively. Just learning to see things from other people's point of views, and it helped me develop the skill of empathy. So when I'm dealing with clients, I'm able to see the problem from their side and realize, how do I communicate to this guy's vibe to make sure we get this problem solved? In psychology and the liberal arts, you're writing pointless essays 24/7, and I thought I would never use this skill, but it comes very handy when you're writing emails, making it fancy, getting straight to the point, presenting solutions and problems. I think the biggest perk of majoring in psychology, you learn the skill set of dealing with anxiety, stress, and depression. You're taught the skill set and you're able to apply it and get yourself out of this mental rut. You know the coping mechanisms to deal with the problems at hand. And I think acknowledging your issues. Psych majors, mental health isn't weird, it's norm. We talk about it 24/7. And you're open to seeing a therapist or reaching out to friends and family so you're not isolated, because we're taught that, right? Mental health is a norm for us, it's not weird. We're able to talk about it openly and reaching out to others to get the help we need. A really cool thing is, I didn't realize this, but psychology translates to marketing, sales, and business administration. Honestly, if you're gonna pursue the major, you have to acknowledge the risk of unemployment or difficulty getting a job. But if you're okay with that, I would say go ahead and do it. You have to be interested and passionate about your major to make sure you get the most out of your education. I hate to say it, just pursuing your major and getting good grades won't teach you that much to get a job. I would say that at my university, at the career fair, there aren't many options, right? So where do I go? In the future, I believe psychology will actually be a very popular major again. I think it's gonna develop into a more technical role, business psychology or technical psychology or practical psychology. And within these majors, I can see it being applied to the workforce. So with that out of the way, let's talk about my personal story. I graduated in March 2020 from and I am not unemployed. I truly believe my psych major helped me stand apart from everyone else and get the job. So here's my story. I applied to college with psychology during my senior year. My university is kind of weird. You have to declare a major your senior year of high school, which is absurd. What 17 or 18-year-old knows what they want to do in life? I don't know, very few people. So I did psychology. I was very influenced by Tony Robbins, and I truly believed I was going to be a psychologist at this time. Interestingly enough, I applied to a polytechnic school, a very STEM heavily focused school, and I did liberal arts, right? I was a laughingstock of my class and peers. But I didn't let that stop me. During my college, actually, my freshman year, I was more interested in videography and marketing. So I kind of self-taught myself these skills on YouTube. And every weekend, I would just film with my friends. And eventually, I developed a portfolio. During my second year of college, I needed a job and I found a videography position for the university, specifically extended education. I almost didn't apply to this job because I wasn't a videography or marketing major. I really thought that these other students had one up on me, but I was really passionate about it. So I went ahead and applied. Since freshman year, all I did was film videos. I had a very strong portfolio, and lo and behold, I got the job. This is where I got my formal training in videography and marketing, and I was actually able to apply my psychology skills to my craft. In psychology, we're taught things about short-term gratification and short attention spans. So during my editing process, I would use these skill sets to make my ads intriguing and fun. Once I got the technical background of videography done, I actually developed a media company with 2 other students. It was called DGM Media, and it was the fastest growing company on the Central Coast in marketing specifically. So yes, you can see what I did. I took my psychology major and I went above and beyond. I had a passion for videography and marketing, so I went ahead and did that. So once I started my company, I learned a lot of things of how to manage people, see their point of view, and to get my point across in dealing with conflict. And I don't think I would be that effective with it if it wasn't for my major. So my major really helped me in this case. And eventually went abroad my junior year and we closed the business. I was tired of working 100 hours a week. I was working a full-time internship, starting my own business, and having all A's in my class. Yes, I did well in school. It wasn't that hard. There's a lot of reading and memorization, which gave me time to pursue other hobbies. So once I came back from abroad my senior year, I continued to work and I was in a more senior level position. So I was able to take on big projects and I worked alongside my boss. I was interacting with clients, and I was shooting and filming and editing big projects for myself, which went out to the larger community at whole. So then with all these skill sets and my psychology major, as you can see, I had a very detailed resume and I was able to get a job in consulting. But I don't think it would have been possible if I did psychology alone. So you have to realize I didn't pursue my major after college. Maybe one day I was thinking about a PhD, but the thing is, I don't want to do research. It bores me to death. I don't want to do another 4 years in school. I was tired of that and I wanted to pursue something else. So I'm living proof. You can get a job, you're employable after college, even if you do psychology. You have to tune out the voices and haters of others and kind of do your own thing. And it really builds resilience. But I'm gonna be honest, if you're not sure or if you're on the fence about your major, I would choose something safer. Choosing a psych degree to major in is very risky. I'm not gonna lie. Getting a job and applying is very difficult. You have to develop a resume and experience outside of your major in order to be successful. I hope that was helpful and you're able to find value from my story. And to answer this question, do I regret my major? No, I would do it 100% again. If I didn't have a scholarship, would I pursue this? Probably not. Namaste.